iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. It is now Friday, and I go over the Thursday night game, and then I also give you a quick hit on every game for this week. You know you don't want to miss this. This is when I'm at my best, throwing out knowledge that probably usually happens, but hey, we'll have to see. All right, New England wins a defensive struggle, 19-14. What did I tell you? What did I tell you yesterday? I told you that the Patriots' defense will improve. It always tends to improve. Usually the first 4 games are disgusting, and then they tighten the screws. I don't know what Bill Belichick does. I don't know, maybe the first 4 weeks he says, hey, Matt Patricia, you do the defense, and then week 5 he's like, yeah, that's a bad idea. I'll do it. I don't know what goes on there. All I know is that it was a different team out there. So for New England, Tom Brady, 30 for 40, 303 yards and a touchdown and a pick. Good game for Brady. Not great. It was good. You know, Buccaneers are a solid defense. I mean, the yardage is good. Would have liked another touchdown pass. That would have helped. One's certainly not going to win you most weeks. Dion Lewis, 7 carries and 2 catches. He is a part of this offense. Whether you like him or not, he's a part of this offense. Mike Gillislee, 12 carries, 52 yards, no touchdowns. What did we see about Gillislee yesterday? If he doesn't score, he's not worth anything. James White had 2 carries. He had 7 receptions. The bigger question will be when Rex Burkhead comes back, who loses playing time? Is it Dion Lewis? I don't know. Are they showcasing Dion Lewis? If I'm the Minnesota Vikings, why am I not trading for Dion Lewis as soon as Burkhead comes back? Just throwing it out there. Brandon Cooks, 5 for 85. Decent night. Could have been better. Amendola, 8 for 77. Solid as a rock. Chris Hogan, 8 for 74 and a touchdown. Been terrific. No Gronk. Where is Dwayne Allen? I think he's on a milk carton. Seriously. Terrible. This was his chance. Nowhere. He's got no relationship with Tom Brady. None. Zero. Nada. It's a problem. Jameis Winston, when you look at the numbers, you'd be like, oh man, Jameis 26 for 46, 334 and a touchdown. He must have had a great night. No, it wasn't great. He had like 200 yards in the fourth quarter. Going into the fourth quarter, he was a dog with fleas. There was at one point with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, he had 117 yards passing. And I'm not kidding. Doug Martin is the guy here. If you were worried about it, don't be. 13 carries, 74 yards and a touchdown. I ended up not playing him this week. I'm okay with that. Yes, I missed the touchdown. I did. But I'm going to start playing him next week. Okay? Deshaun Jackson, 5 for 106, but at the end of the game, he may have gotten injured. He was out of there for a couple of plays. Watch that closely. Cameron Brate, 5 for 68 and a touchdown. Jameis threw to him exclusively in the red zone. He made a great touchdown reception last night at the end of the game. Mike Evans, shut down by the Patriots. 5 for 49. Didn't look great. Didn't look great at all. That's what the Patriots do. They shut you down. They want to take away the thing that you want to do most. That is what they do. All right, it is time to go through the schedule for this week. Remember, there's 4 teams on bye: Atlanta, Denver, New Orleans, Washington. This is a very rough bye week. This is a very rough bye week. Ryan, Freeman, Julio Jones, Demaryius Thomas, Tevin Coleman, Emmanuel Sanders, C.J. Andervomit, Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Kirk Cousins, Jordan Reed, Terrell Pryor. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. I probably could have named you 5 or 6 more players. All out this week. You want to win your fantasy football league, you're going to have to do it on these critical weeks. Week 5 is a critical one. I think week 8 is a critical one. Week 8 has Green Bay, Tennessee, the Rams, the Giants, Arizona, and Jacksonville out. Week 9 is brutal as well. Chicago, Cleveland, Minnesota, New England, Pittsburgh, and the Chargers. These are the critical few weeks of the season. You put up 150 points in the main event these weeks, you got a great shot. You put up 93, you could be done. That's right, you could be done. Buffalo at Cincinnati. I don't love Buffalo this week. I loved Buffalo last week. I think this is a bad spot for them. I think I would probably go heavy on Cincinnati. Buffalo's got some injuries. They've been playing very, very, very well. They've been really working hard and coming to play. I just see a little bit of a letdown game, and they've got their bye week coming. So I'm going to go in on the Bengals this week as my team. I think the Bills have played excellent football, but I think the Bengals win this game. Tyrod, I'm okay with this week. LaShawn McCoy, okay. I just don't think anybody's special for Buffalo. A lot of people are going to be on Charles Clay. I'm so on him. I think Pac-Man Jones will cover Zay Jones. It'll be the battle of the Joneses. Cincinnati's very good against a tight end, so I don't really like Charles Clay, even though I think he's probably going to be worth playing because he'll still get 5 or 6 catches, but he won't dominate this week. I don't really love this matchup. For Cincinnati, A.J. Green, always a good play. Could be Joe Mixon. I'm not sure. I think this is going to be a low-scoring, ugly game where Cincinnati just comes out on top. I don't love Dalton in this game. I don't really love anybody per se in this game. I think this is going to be like a 1917 barn burner here. And Vegas agrees with me. Vegas has this as a very low-scoring game, 39.5. And what did I say, 1917? So there you go. I'm going to go under. But this is going to be very close. The Jets-Cleveland. Josh McCown revenge game. Josh McCown was like kicked to the curb by the Cleveland Browns when he did nothing wrong. I mean, he got hurt, but he was a pretty good player for the Browns. But in come the Jets. If I'm Cleveland and I look at my schedule and I say to myself, who can I beat? Well, I've got the Jets and then Houston, Tennessee, Minnesota. I better win this game. If I'm Hugh Jackson and I want to keep my job, I better win this game. I think Crowell has a good game. I don't love Duke Johnson this game. I don't love the Duke. I think this is more of a Crowell game. I think this should line up for a 20-carry Crowell game. For the Jets, I really like Bilal Powell. All this guy needed was an opportunity. I don't know why I didn't get one. This just makes you think, are these guys just stupid? How do you not play Bilal Powell? Matt Forte, bad. Bilal Powell, good. Love me some Austin Seferian-Jenkins this week. Love him. Love me some Robbie Anderson this week. Love them. I think that they're great starts. All right, Carolina at Detroit. This is an interesting game. I don't really know which way I want to go. By the way, the Jets-Cleveland 39.5 on that one. Carolina-Detroit is a 43. I don't think a lot of people are going to be playing Matthew Stafford, so I think I'm in on Matthew Stafford this week. I think Cam Newton played a lot better last week than he is. He's not that good. Now, here's the big problem in this game. Detroit stops the run. Cam is going to have to throw the football. That's never a good sign. Very hard to run against the Lions. Very hard to run against the Lions. Let me find you some stats here. I don't know what it is about the Lions, or maybe it's just me overrating their run game, but I always think that they have a very good run defense. So I'm going to try to find here, against running backs, the Lions are in the middle. So let's see. Arizona, that David Johnson, 33 yards. The Giants, 55 yards. Atlanta was 152. Minnesota was 87. Okay, but Atlanta has Devonta Freeman and Minnesota has Dalvin Cook. I still think the first couple of weeks they were really good. And I don't think that the Panthers have a great running game. I'll take Detroit. Advantage Detroit running game. So for Detroit, I like me some Golden Tate. I like some Abdullah. Don't love Abdullah, like Abdullah. Right? The Panthers have been okay against the run. Nothing special. They've let a lot of reception up. Right? A lot of receptions. 35 receptions. That is a lot. So this could be a theoretic game. Everybody's burying theoretic. Don't be shocked to see this maybe be a little theoretic game. Okay? San Francisco and the Colts. I'm loving me some Frank Gore. This has revenge narrative written all over it. Where did Gore play? 49ers. Who does he want to ram the ball down the throat of? The 49ers. I think Frank Gore scores this week. I do. The Colts' run defense has been okay, not special. I like Carlos Hyde a lot in this game. The Colts have let up 4 rushing touchdowns, but the question is Carlos Hyde healthy? Not so sure about that. If he is, I really like him. I love me some T.Y. Hilton this week. I'm checking in the T.Y. Hilton. Great matchup for him. San Francisco, poo-poo on a stick against slot receivers. Indianapolis, not so great against slot receivers either. I kind of like Trent Taylor. I kind of like Trent Taylor just a little bit. Who's Trent Taylor? He's a slot guy for the 49ers. And without Marquise Goodwin, I think you might like him a little bit. I like him. All right, and that game is, what's that game? 44.5. So that's right about average. Tennessee, Miami, there's no line on this game because I don't think anybody really knows what's happening with Marcus Mariota. But I'll give you a couple of plays for Tennessee in this game. I do like DeMarco Murray. If they're going to want to beat Miami, they're going to have to run the football because Mariota is not healthy. And I think they're going to have a heavy dose of DeMarco Murray. 1. 2. Rashard Matthews revenge game. Rashard Matthews played at Miami. He's not there anymore. He's definitely going to want to score against his old team. Write him down for a touchdown. 3. Delaney Walker. This just, to me, feels like a Delaney Walker week. The Dolphins not very good against a tight end. The Chargers killed them. The Jets really don't have a tight end. And the Saints don't use Kobe Fleener. Right? So I still think they're susceptible here. I think Delaney Walker has a good week. For Miami, oh my God, I like Jay Cutler this week. I do. I like Jay Cutler this week. I like Devontae Parker this week. I like Jarvis Landry this week. Do you see how bad Tennessee is? I mean, Tennessee's defense is terrible. Terrible. I mean, look at these numbers. The Titans against Oakland, 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. Against Jacksonville, 171 yards and a touchdown. Against Seattle, 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. Against Houston, 186 yards and 3 touchdowns. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So, Jay Cutler, get him in your lineup this week. I will put a $3 in a dream lineup with Jay Cutler in. I promise you that. Okay? The Chargers against the Giants, and that game was a 45. Paul Perkins is out. I think this is a Wayne Gallman week. You're going to see what Wayne Gallman can do. Not sure what he can do, but you're going to see it. If there's something there, this is his shot. Chargers have been so against running backs. Not great. Gallman could have an interesting week, and he's cheap. I think we should look at him. I do. For the Chargers, the worst team against the tight end in all of football are the New York Football Giants. Jason Witten, 59 yards and a touchdown. Detroit, 45 yards and a touchdown. Philadelphia, 62 yards and a touchdown. Tampa Bay, 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who do you think is going to score here? Got to be Hunter Henry or Antonio Gates. Throwing that out there for you. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm looking. That's where you should be looking too. Arizona, Philadelphia. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Vegas has this at 45. But first of all, Wendell Smallwood not playing. Corey Clement, very sneaky. Very sneaky. Like him. Blunt, like a little bit, not a lot. Like Clement, way more. Like Corey Clement, way more. The question is, can Clement catch the football? If he can, he is a super sneaky play. Not a great receiver, though, so could this be a Kenyon Barner week? Possibly. Possibly. Now, Philadelphia's secondary is wretched. Arizona is going to definitely throw the ball. Palmer to Brown. Palmer to Fitzgerald. Palmer to Ellington. Palmer. I like Palmer this week a lot. I think this could be a messy game here. I like both defenses in this game. I like the Eagles and I like the Cardinals. I think there'll be sacks. I think there'll be fumbles. I think there'll be picks. I do. All right, Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. This game is 42.5. I think Jacksonville's getting a little bit more love. Ben Roethlisberger at home. Always like Big Ben at home. Now, we saw the Jets beat the Jaguars, but I think the thing here is about the Steelers. Will Blake Bortles be done at halftime? It's quite possible this guy will be done at halftime. I'm predicting that he could be. If they're losing 20-0 at halftime, Chad Henne's coming in the second half. No need to watch that anymore. That's a train wreck. I'm just telling you that. It's a train wreck. So I think Pittsburgh has a decent day. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. Not low scoring, but just, I don't see this 30-28. I see this low 40s. All right, Baltimore at Oakland. I like Jared Cook a lot in this game. Now, Baltimore against the tight end. Right, Baltimore against the tight end. The Ravens let up a lot to Cleveland. 6 for 108 to Cleveland. And 5 for 74 and 3 touchdowns. Now, Jared, they did a better job against Pittsburgh, but Jesse James is really not a guy that they go to a lot. And Pittsburgh was winning in that game, so they didn't have to throw more. So I think I like Jared Cook this week. I like Cordarrelle Patterson this week. I think E.J. Manuel will have to throw a lot of short passes. For Baltimore, I'm just not sure what I want to do here. I got to think that the running game is good because Oakland is very bad against the run. Right, Oakland is not good against the run, but I don't see a guy here that I'm really loving. Is it Alex Collins? Is it West? I don't know. I think this is going to be an ugly game. And sadly, that there's going to be 3 games at 4 o'clock, and this is not the one I want to watch. This is a 39. Vegas hates this game too. Seattle and the Rams. Vegas likes this game. 46.5. A lot of points in this game. Seattle never plays the Rams very well. I think this is chock full of action. Russell Wilson. Get him in your lineup. Dougie Baldwin, get him in your lineup. Todd Gurley, get him in your lineup. I think other guys, whether it's Lockett or Cooper Kupp, I think you'll see peripheral players. I don't love any of them, but I think this game should be interesting. It's one of the first times I'm looking forward to this game. Seattle played very well, but the Rams have been terrific. Now, Seattle's run defense has been sketchy. So, against Green Bay, 63 yards and a touchdown. Carlos Hyde, 159 yards. Tennessee, 169 yards. Indianapolis, not so many yards, but they were behind. What about Mr. Todd Gurley? I'm thinking he has a big game this week. Big. Loving me some Todd Gurley. Green Bay and Dallas, this is the big number of the week. This is 53 points. Aaron Rodgers, great start. Jordy Nelson, great start. Aaron Jones, great start, especially if Ty Montgomery's out. Geronimo Allison, great start if Devonta Adams is out. Cobb, good start. Now, I think Rodgers is the best quarterback of the week. Normally, a nice rule of thumb is look for the quarterback going up against the guy who's the best for the week. Well, Dak Prescott might have to do a lot on his own. He might have to be very cagey there. Running a little bit, throwing a little bit, handing off to Zeke a little bit, using his mobility. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think this is going to be an interesting, fun game to watch. This is the one that these 2 games, Seattle, Rams, and Green Bay, Dallas, good. Baltimore, Oakland, bad. But I like Zeke Elliott. I like Dak Prescott. Kansas City, Houston. I know a lot of people are really going to like Kansas City. I don't know if I like them as much. I don't like them on the road. I like them at home. I always like them at home. But obviously I'm going to play Kareem Hunt. Obviously I'm going to play Tyreek Hill. Obviously I'm going to play Travis Kelce. Houston, I'm going to play Watson, Hopkins, Miller, Fuller. Yeah, I'm going to start them all. And if I'm playing DFS, I may run a naked Deshaun Watson because he can do something by his own. I don't need the hookup. Assuming that Hopkins gets covered in this game, which he will, I don't mind running naked Watson. Watson may be able to make a lot of plays with his legs this week. This may be a 232-yard passing game, but this could be a 70 or 80 rushing yards and a touchdown game. I'm liking that. We'll talk, and then that game is a 46, right? So that Vegas thinks is going to be higher scoring. And then lastly, we'll talk about this on Monday, Minnesota and Chicago. We'll delve into that game more, but I do like Tariq Cohen. I like Zach Miller. I like Adam Thielen. I like Lat Murray. Okay? But what I want you to do is I want you to check out scoutdfs.com. Pay for our optimizer, pay for our articles, pay for our podcasts, pay for our people who really know what they're doing. Also, check out scoutfantasy.com. Enter the promo code ROTO2017. Get half off your first month and be part of the Scout Army. Be part of a group of high-stakes proven high-stakes winners who want you to succeed in your fantasy leagues. Go to those message boards, ask us the questions. We will get back to you. All right, guys, enjoy the weekend. Good luck this week. We'll be back next weekend. Have a great one. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!